Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Nur Aliani binti Rahmat. My matric number is 2020955471. Introduction of Baitul Mal. Baitul Mal is administered by the Islamic Religious Council of several states in Malaysia according to the country's federal constitution. This means that the Baitul Mal is neither a state nor a national treasury. It is a small organization under the State Islamic Religious Council that manage income from surplus state, waqaf, nazar and kafara, loss of property and other sources. The current conceptual framework of Baitul Mal management differs from the used in early Islam and during the heyday of the Islamic Caliphate, when the Baitul Mal served as the Caliph main treasury and financial center. Baitul Mal now has a limited scope and power. Baitul Mal and Islamic revenue of the State Islamic Religious Council are included in a different set of treasuries under the Federal Constitution, and proceeds can only be taken in accordance with appropriate laws, particularly Sharia rules. The scope of Baitul Mal or Islamic income, now known as the Baitul Mal Fund. History of Baitul Mal. Baitul Mal was not so important in the beginning of Islamic history because the development of Islam at that time was limited. Things have changed when Umar al-Khattab became Caliph. Islam soon extended its influence over many new territories and the spoils of war were plentiful. Growth of administrative activity under the rule of Muawiyah, which began in 41 Hijrah, was due to the many opening of new territories. To facilitate and improve administrative efficiency, the government redesigned the administration and acts as needed. The Baitul Mal institution did not exist technically during the time of Rasulullah SAW, but it began to exist informally when the mosque was designated as the administrative center for prayers and congregational activities. This situation continued until the reign of Caliph Abu Bakar as-Siddiq and became more widespread during the reign of Caliph Umar ibn al-Khattab.
Assalamualaikum. Now I will continue with challenges under Baitul Mal. So for challenges under Baitul Mal, it may consider as risk-taking, which might as well will help them improve their abilities to move further and be recognizable. The problem here is the quality of knowledge of Nazirs is relatively low, and they lack the knowledge required to properly manage wakaf, resulting in mismanagement. The political will of the government remains low. In differences in ulama's view, it continues to exist because there is no law that can be used as a guideline. Some of the factors affecting the quality and quantity of WZB information disclosure include a lack of a systematic accounting system, a lack of enforcement and experienced accountants that have contributed to SIRC's subpar accounting and accounting practices. In terms of wakaf, the Baitul Mal also provides various related initiatives, and as an institution, their role is to help anyone in need, both in terms of finance, education and learning for young people, and also for those who are poor and orphans. Based on the table retrieved from website article journal by GIS above, it is an example of an implementation plan for a wakaf property development program supervised by Jauhar, which is also a department under Baitul Mal institution. There's a table that shows the statistics that the number of projects for the 9 MP 2016-2010 is equivalent to 39 projects compared to the 10 MP 2011-2015, which they allocate to implement a total of 42 projects for the total. A total of 23 new projects were approved for the 9MP 2016-2010, and the allocation applied for the 9MP is 310.9 million ringgit, while 10 MP allocate small costs reaching 1,181.7 million ringgit in total. From among the proposals that can be developed is the building of low-cost business, and lots of it are among the less fortunate. However, there are problems that arise when the wakaf property cannot be developed and utilized, and subsequently fails to channel its benefits to the mawkuf alai. Wakaf land that should be developed, as in Penang, where most of the wakaf land is in the middle of the city center, can generate the economy of mawkuf alai itself if housing parks, shop houses, business centers are developed. Aside from the uneconomical wakaf land, the issues of mawkuf alai receive wakaf benefits, and also benefits is also a source of impediments of the development of wakaf investments.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Siti Aminah binti Amli, and my number mati is 2020-950-65. I will present about role and function in Baitul Mal. First, National Revenue Policy Development Institution. Baitul Mal was initially known as an institution that successfully developed all national revenue related policy. All income for a country with the purpose of ummah development or islah guarantee justice in society, sacrifice and welfare, the bond of brotherhood and rightness. Number 2 is institutions develop national budget policy. The main goal of national budget policy is to improve the community's socio-economic status. The leaders of a country do not raise this matter, but it is the duty of Muslims. Accordingly, all budgetary policy in Islamic countries will be developed by the Baitul Mal. Al-Quran clearly defined as expenditure for surplus property used for social spending. Number 3 is a place to accept deposit. The council will accept deposits under Baitul Mal. The relevant department will accept deposit on all properties from the public. For example, they receive parcel from the Muslim community, wills, wadiah, public endowments, and for non-Muslim, property without heirs. Number 4, a place to get financing. The function of interest-free loans to Muslim and non-Muslims has been long the practice of Baitul Mal since the time of Osman Al-Affan radhiyallahu anhu. This funding has been extended to the agriculture and trade sectors. Number 5 is the clearinghouse. Is one of the most important function in this Baitul Mal because it manages trade in currency transaction and other transaction in the market in the concept of goods and service. Its function for currency exchange is under the supervision of the Diwan Al-Amwal. Number 6 is development agent and the development of social justice in Islam. A process of improving a better standard of living mentally and spiritually. It is divided into 5 elements: life, intellect, religion, language, and mental wealth. The Baitul Mal institution is very encouraging in the social justice of the Muslim community by transferring property owned by the rich to the poor. Next slide is administration of Baitul Mal. Malaysia has 2 divisions for managing state property: the Ministry of Finance and Baitul Mal. Baitul Mal was selected to be a public institution and a group given the responsibility as a trustee by the state based on the 9th schedule. The administration of each Islamic state in Malaysia has highlighted thus related to Baitul Mal, including the sources of Baitul Mal funds. In addition, the structure and management of the property have been commissioned under one agency known as the Islamic Council. Administration Enactment Agama Islam Selangor 2003 EPIS has elaborated further on development in the so-called money institution, Baitul Mal in Selangor. Section 81 clarifies that all money and property under Baitul Mal is the management of the Islamic Council. And for the last is the administration of Muslim property must be done following Islamic Sharia and is said to give nothing in part VII, devolution and disposal. The provision also points to the 2, thus relating to the personal law of Muslim property, administration is Islamic law and as clearly stated in Part VII on removal and deterioration of the property.